Okay, this is the second time recording this because I was editing and then I realized that I was too quiet and too bland and stuttered too much. So first off, a little disclaimer. If you identify as pan, I'm not calling you biphobic at all, as a lot of people don't know why the label was made. This video is to educate and debunk the label and the arguments used to defend it. The label is the problem, not the people that don't know what the label means. With that in mind, let's go. Hey, hi, hello there. My name is Madeline, and today we will discuss the clear biphobia in the label pansexual for our second episode in this series. Oh, this will not be fun, but it will be interesting. So, the first modern record of pansexuality was in 2002 on a forum where the creator of the label states, anyways, this community is for pansexuals as described in the user info. Pansexuals love androgynous, transgendered, and gender fluid people. So first off, transgender isn't its own gender. It's the term for someone transitioning from their biological gender, the gender that they were born as, to the opposite gender, the gender that they are inside, that doesn't match their body. Secondly, gender fluid isn't a gender. It's been debunked by scientific facts, but that is a whole other video right there. Finally, this goes against the Bisexual Manifesto, which was written in 1990. People tend to just forget that things were written based on evidence and facts, and they just use the argument that it's outdated. But anyways, it states, bisexuality is a whole fluid identity. Do not assume that it is binary or duogamous in nature, that we have two sides, or that we must be involved simultaneously in two genders to be fulfilled human beings. In fact, don't assume that there are only two genders. Do not mistake our fluidity for confusion, irresponsibility, or the inability to commit. That right there states that bisexuality includes non-binary people. So pansexuality is just bisexuality, and pansexuals are trying to rewrite the definition of bisexuality to fit their internalized biphobia. Now, if that just stung for you, if that statement just stung for you, I would look deep inside yourself and deal with whatever's going on. Now, to give you an idea of who identifies as pan, I'm going to show you a little bits of posts that I found on Tumblr, Twitter, etc., of pan people saying some interesting things. This first one is on Tumblr. Again, I'm gonna block out every person's name because these children, they're very young, they're very, very gullible. I don't want them to get hate sent back to them, especially if these were posted a while ago. So it states, me, when it's safe for me to come out one day, should I label myself as bi or pan? Me also. Well, which flag do we like best? Do you not see that? You must be blind if you don't see a problem with this. Your sexuality is not something that you choose. You are born that way. You don't choose it based on a flag. And also the pan flag is ugly. Just saying. Just saying. The pink, the yellow, the blue, they don't go together. The next one is something that I found on Pinterest, which is probably a repost from Tumblr, but it says, pansexual. I am attracted to people regardless of gender. Yes, there are more than two genders. No, I am not attracted to pans. No, this isn't the same as bi. First off, that I'm attracted to pans, I'm not attracted to pans joke is stupid and overused. It's not funny. I don't know who said it was funny. The second thing, yes, it is the same as bi. Please educate yourself. Thank you. If you had the time to make this, you have the time to educate yourself. The next one is also something that I found on Pinterest because I was embarrassingly one of those people who identified as pan in 5th and 6th grade. I am embarrassed. Oh, that's embarrassing. Okay, I wish I didn't just say that. Oh, that's embarrassing. Okay, anyways, this post says, pansexuality is not the same as bisexuality. Pansexuals are attracted to non-binary genders, trans, gender fluid, intersex, etc. In addition to males and females, bi equals two, pan equals all. I'm gonna debunk the bi equals two, pan equals all thing later in the video. But trans is not a non-binary gender. Trans women and cis women and trans men and cis men are all binary. They're not non-binary. The only people that are non-binary are people who are non-binary. I wish I didn't have to say this. And why does everyone keep on bringing up gender fluid? Like, do we know that that's not a real thing? And that it's been debunked thousands of times by science? I don't know why people aren't just getting that through their mind brains. The next post is one of the very few that I found on Instagram, and it says, bisexuals are transphobic and they don't deserve to be in the LGBT community. If you disagree, you're a Nazi. No, an Nazi. Not a Nazi. An Nazi. First off, LGBT is stupid. Come on. Like, for an identity that doesn't exist. Like, come on. It shouldn't be in the first four letters. And the only four letters of the acronym. And also, the transphobic rumor that was spread around the internet and society as a whole was made by pansexuals to just say that bisexuality was not okay. So that sounds a little biphobic to me, just saying. Although I do think that this post is satire. I hope it's satire. If it's not satire, I'm gonna scream. This next one looks like it was made in like the early 2000s, 2010s because of the art style, but let's just see. Besides the interesting fan fiction type of things, they must be really good at drawing smut. That's all I'm gonna, okay. It says, I can kiss guys, I can kiss girls, I can also kiss guys that look like girls. I don't know if you see the transphobia in this one. Like, are you implying that a trans woman is just a guy that looks like a girl? Are you implying that? Because that's not something that, if you're not transphobic, you imply. I'm just getting more and more disappointed as these posts go on, and I've already looked at them 4 times, and I'm still shocked and disappointed. The next one is on Tumblr again. It's the username scribbled out because I don't want you to attack these minors. Thank you. And it says, hi, if you like non-binary people, you aren't bi. You're pan or omni or some sexuality. Bi is male and female and shows inherent transmedicalism and the lack of belief in non-binary identities. Not to mention the whole community bashing on pansexual people such as myself. I am an inclusionist for non-harmful identities. Harmful identities include, but are not limited to, wait for this, bisexuality, minor attracted people, which I can't say the word, but you look it up. Look up maps on Twitter if you want to know more about that. I don't want to mention it. And heterosexuality in most cases. So I'm going to dissect this a little bit. First off, transmedicalism. I might be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure it's it's basically science proving that trans is real, like that people transition not just because they want to, but for a reason, for a medical reason. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And what the hell's omni? I don't know what omni is, but it sounds like pan. What? Okay. And how are you grouping in bi people and hetero people? Heterosexual people. Why did I say it like that? With maps. Like, excuse me? What do you, Oh. Okay. So from those posts, you can clearly see that these people are very young or aren't very smart in the brain. They act like homophobes do on Facebook. They also act like this guy that started insulting my mother. He said some interesting things about immigration. Oh my god, I don't want to think about that. That was horrible. These kids act like that, and they act petty and all of that, so you can tell that most of them are minors or are just not very smart or very gullible. Now, with that freshly implanted in your memories, let's move on to common arguments in the pan discourse community. So the first one is, but pansexuals date trans people too. So do homosexual, bisexual, and heterosexual people. You aren't special for liking trans people. You aren't. Because, like, the only people that don't date trans people are transphobic people. Okay, are you calling everyone else transphobic besides pansexuals? I don't know. That's weird. But pan people like the personality, not the genitals. So does everyone who isn't a dickbag. Again, you're not special. Stop putting yourself on a pedestal. But bi means two. Pan means all. It means two sexes, not two genders. The two sexes can encompass non-binary as well. So bi means all genders, two sexes. Lastly, here are some biphobic phrases that were originally for bisexuality, and they were turned against bisexuality by pansexual people. The first one is hearts not parts. This was originally used to state that bi people liked all genders and weren't too concerned about the genitals a person had. Now, pan people are using it to say that bi people are only concerned about the genitals, not the person that they are dating. This is so condescending on so many levels, and it makes bi people look like sex-hungry beasts instead of regular human beings. The next thing is battle axe pans or pole axe pans. Battle axe bis is a group that believes that bi is the same thing as pan and that pan is biphobic. The pan community turned it into battle axe pans or pole axe pans to fit their narrative, to fight against bisexuality. Really? You aren't even hiding that you steal things from bisexuality because you aren't creative to come up with your own things. You're not. So, because I'm okay, so as you can see, a lot of that stuff was stolen and directly copied. So that's it for today. I'm tired of talking about this bullshit. I'm tired of looking at this bullshit. If you want to have a debate in the comments, you can do that. I'll be there. I'll debate you. But the second you threaten anyone or in general, just like send death threats, all that not fun jazz, I'm gonna delete your comment. I'm sorry. I love putting people's comments up and just leaving them there. I even put like those like, hi, come check out my channel ones up there, but I'm not gonna, if you're sending death threats, fuck you, you're getting removed. I would like to say some thank yous to my friend. I'm not gonna say her name because I don't want her to get some hate for this because she doesn't deserve it. She helped me with sending me some of the stuff that pan people stole from bi people, so thank you for that. I would also like to thank Panty Flops on Instagram for helping me educate myself, helping me just fully understand this topic so that I can educate others. So thank you for that. Anyways, that is it. I hope you have a wonderful day, all of you, and goodbye.
Feels like driving down the coastline with you by my side, hand in hand tonight, gripping oh so tight.